Hi, I'm Dr. Neva Alexander with Nevalliance. Welcome to another episode of Global Business. Today, I have the privilege of having a great recording. I don't know what exactly to sum you up.
Engineer.
Delroy, engineer, yes, on my program today, and he's going to talk about the business of recording in Jamaica. Welcome, Mr. Delroy Pottinger, to Global Business.
Thanks and welcome to you too, to Jamaica. All right, too.
All right, so I have 10 questions for you, and I'm sure you're going to be honest, but just be straight up because a lot of people are really curious about the whole, recording industry in Jamaica, right? So the first question I have for you is just to tell me a little bit about, your studio and what exactly do you do?
Well, I'm senior engineer at Anchor Recording / Music Works. This is a studio been around from the 80s, but the label Music Works has been from 70s. So, it's a name in Jamaican music, producing songs like Pass the Kochi, Telephone Love, Screaming Target, Mr. Loverman, Shabba, Twice My Age, Champion Lover, all different kind of songs, Red Rose with Reggae, all kinds. It's countless songs that music works. And the facility that we use also during the 90s, persons like Luciana and Sizzla came out with some great hits through the Exterminator label of the late Philip Burrell, Fattis. And, it's a place where international clients, it's one of the go-to studio. If you come into Jamaica as an international artist, you're gonna go because it has state of the art. People would say professional equipment that keeps them above the rest.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned in the 90s. So when exactly did you start your company?
I started working in the old music industry in 1989, but I started my label towards the end of the 90s, being a producer, start to be, instead of producing songs for other persons, I still do that same way for hire. I'm a producer for hire. I started putting out songs on my own label, and at the time, really, it wasn't my label, it was somebody in Chicago that I was working with. Me and him, I did the works. He would be the executive producer, the person that puts up the funds, most of the funds. And I would do all the getting the artists, getting the track done, everything, mix it, finalize everything, send it to him. He would distribute it, to VP or Tough Gang, all of that. But 2002, I decided, you need to do your own now. And I put out at the time I had a rhythm track. I put Sizzla on it, Junior Kelly, and two other unknown upcoming artists, And then I started doing a lot of stuff during the whole time, during the digital, when by 2009 I started to do some compilation. I did a compilation that calls Distinguished Divas with persons like Mary and all, aka Lady Saw, Maca Diamond. They were doing, it was all female on it, on females with males, in combination, but strictly females they were the main artists on each track.
Wow, that's something else, because these are names, recognized names that you have worked with. What's the name of your label?
Phatt Tracks Records.
Phatt Tracks. All right. So let me ask you something. How easy or how difficult is it for you to work with these artists? Be honest.
To me, some persons are easy. The late
Okay.
Frankie Paul. To me, some persons are easy, like the late Frankie Paul, Gregory Isaac, Dennis Brown, and those people were like, those are Bonnie Ruggs, and a lot of persons. They were just easy. They're talented. They just go in the booth, you know, Luciana, all of them. The persons who have real talent, I can say, they they have less problems with them. They know what they're about to do. Like Frankie Paul, he will do the lead vocals, and then he sings all these harmonies around his vocal. And he can play the keyboard, and he can play a bass. You know, working with persons like all Tootsie Birds, and you know, the whole Third World, when we did recordings with Third World, it was fantastic. You know, Sly and Robbie, everybody. It's countless. I get the amount of songs that I did is 1989 till now. It's like
All right.
it's
Wow. Well, I mean, I really love and appreciate your catalog there. So, question. Um, there are a few different studios
yeah.
in Jamaica. So, what makes your studio stand out?
Well, Anchor has always been one of those state of the art, modern, up to date. Every time the technology changed, we go. When the whole digital age came about, with we moved to hard disk recording from the tape, the tape machines. We at the time in 2001 they put in a TDM HD system. We were looking at it and they're like, persons were saying, "Oh, reggae music cannot be made on this." So reggae have a warmth with the heavy bass line, and they say digital does not give you that definition. But with the advance of technology and the more and more, you know, there are the converters. That is what takes like a signal from analog to digital. Some pulse code modulation, some technical thing. It converts an analog signal into digital, into the binary ones and zeros, and it stores it on a hard drive. No, you start. Everybody was saying it couldn't work, but we did it. We put in the first full-blown system at the time. It cost a lot of money, like about 50 grand US, putting that system. And we over the years, Anchor, as a group of company, has evolved. You know, having like 3 studios in one complex. I'm just a senior engineer. It's owned by board of directors and all of that. I'm just a senior person who is in charge of the main studio and does most of the stuff. But I have my recording label different.
So, have you assist any artists in getting contracts, recording contracts? Is that an area that you deal with?
Yeah, I've tried. Yeah. Some persons here and there in Japan, I call them thing there through like companies like Universal in Japan, and also there's a next company, Victor in Japan. A couple of those kind of companies, and in the UK and all of that. So along the line, you produce a single here and there for all these things. So, but as a producer, but not like a manager. I never really. I don't want to. Management is very hectic and stressful.
So, question, have you had to deal with any kind of copyright issues?
Yeah, we had to because that do comes in with the business because like you create a track, you and like sometimes two or three of you. Sometimes I start like a demo at home where we put the demo and then I called the guy over and said, all right, you're gonna play the bass on this and some guitars or keyboards and all them things. And we created it and then along the line somebody might come in as a producer where you give that track to and he's gonna say, oh, I buy this and I own it. No, you don't own the
Mhm.
creativity. You own the masters to exploit it and put, record on it. But you don't own the copyright in terms of the creativity. Mm.
All right. Thanks for that insight, Delroy. So, how's the pandemic affected the music industry and your business?
Um, in the early part of the pandemic, like in March, when the whole thing exploded, everything kind of slows down because everybody, some people were not coming out. But since last month, things has picked up, you know, because a lot of people persons have to do this Zoom
Okay.
concert and all of that. You have to come
Mm-hmm.
into a professional space where you have, good quality sounds to some persons here. So a lot of that is going on. We did a Good Morning America thing, recorded it in the studio with Shaggy and Conqueror on their new track.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
um, Banana. Yeah, and I believe it's playing on Good Morning America coming soon, like on Friday or whatever.
I'm sorry, the name of the song is Banana or?
Banana is the name of the song. The guy name is Conqueror, featuring Shaggy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Jamaica too. Mhm.
All right. So, what do you see for the future for reggae music?
Reggae music has a lot of food. Um, in terms of growth, it can grow. You know, but other persons will be exploiting reggae and dancehall because we don't have no major company. It's an independent basically. 3P is the leader in distributing reggae, but they don't have no major companies coming on board. One and two projects along the line. Like last year, I did an album for Trojan BMG, and it's with Toots and the Maytals. That's coming out next month, sometime maybe the second week in July. Um, it's here and there, you have um, majors coming along, companies that Sony, you know, that picks up distribution for like Omi and all them guys there that from here. Um, like this other protege, them sign a deal. Chronics have a thing with Universal. You know, it's along the line here and there. You get some majors, but it's always been an independent record companies always try because this business started in the 60s with the ska rock steady. It was an underground music, the whole rock steady, everything coming to reggae. It's always never been majors don't really like it because it's it's as a man say it's a free for all in terms of some people sometimes the artist is a problem, their management, along the line, copyrights, so much, persons taking persons' rights away and all that, you have to go to court and all kind of things. So it's
Okay.
reggae
All
has the
right.
possibility, but we have to understand that you have like the revolution and the soldiers and all them type of group, the greens, they are going to do their brand of reggae, which is not authentic to Jamaica.
Okay.
It's more their hybrid sound. It's an hybrid sound.
So, what advice do you have for people that are looking to be a part of the recording industry as a business?
As a business, you have to know the business. You're coming into it, you have to understand the business, how it goes, what copyright, what licensing, what syncing, what all of them things they're all about. You have to understand it. You know, if you're coming in, say you're coming in as an executive producer, or you're coming as a manager, first thing you have to learn about how contracts works, everything, you know, and abide by them. You know, you can't just free for all. Just say, all right, I'm gonna take some money and I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know. Mhm.
Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to tell um, upcoming artists or any advice you want to
And
give?
upcoming producers and then, um, I'm saying to everybody, just learn the craft. Whether you're a musician, artist, engineer, producer, manager, learn the craft and learn it good. Be professional every time.
Learn the craft, learn it good, be professional. Love that. Thank you so much, Mr. Pottinger. I'm more comfortable with Delroy, but I know others are used to calling you as a Phatta.
Phatta,
Or
yes.
Phatt. All
Yeah.
right.
I used
All
to
right.
be much bigger. All
Well,
right.
thank you so much for doing an
You're welcome.
episode of Global Business. And do enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time. Bye bye.